Well, he's the host of a chat show with a difference, and Graham Norton's wit is so very infectious. Many of the world's biggest actors, singers and the odd politician have sat on his famous red sofa.
You've made mistakes in arguments in the past with your wife.
I have, yes. The biggest one I've found is that if you're having an argument about an issue, stick to the issue. Don't start getting personal. And, or spiteful, that's the one, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we were arguing and I just sort of lost it. And I said, oh, shut up, monkey feet.
But it was dark out. And there was a host called Gay Byrne. That was actually his name. Yeah. And he did it forever. And the show's still going. And as a kid, I always dreamt of being a guest on the show. And it's only as an adult I realise it's much better to be the host. Yeah. Because you get to be on every week. Yep. And also, you know, the chances of you coming back are higher because you know what it's like. When you started this show, there were probably guests you really wanted to get. Now, not so much. Yep. One of your daughters has started dating, is this right?
That poor kid.
Well, you know what, so the kid...
The boyfriend.
Yeah. Well, she had one that was not a nice boy, and it was like, they were just, it's innocent enough, but I was like, so this kid, I want to meet this kid. So I'm like, okay, I want to meet him. You want to hang out with him? I want to meet him, and then you can hang out with him in a safe environment. She's like, what's a safe environment, Dad? And everything is the attitude. So all of a sudden, this kid comes over, and he one-ups me. He brings his mom.
But what advice would you have for Tom Holland?
I'm the last person who should ask for advice. But you've never been to jail, have you?
I've never been to jail.
See, that's the thing. It's a complete role reversal. See, I went to jail before I had a career, so he's going to go to jail at some point during your career. No, don't take any advice from me. The first check I got, I ran to the Mercedes dealer. I bought a car. I didn't have money for registration or insurance. The police towed the vehicle because I was driving without insurance. So you don't want any advice from me. But I think LA's the move. Get a jacuzzi. I just met all your brothers. Bring the boys to Cali.
Ever wonder what truly makes a celebrity interview unforgettable? Imagine sitting down with a host whose quick wit and magnetic charm transform every conversation into a roller coaster of revelations and surprises. In the world of late-night television, few names shine as brightly as Graham Norton. Known for his effortless ability to draw out hidden stories and provoke unexpected reactions, Norton has created an interview experience that is as unpredictable as it is entertaining. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating spectrum of guest dynamics on his show, from outrageous, unfiltered outbursts to moments of silent resistance that left both the host and the audience grappling for meaning. This journey isn't just about reliving chaotic moments. It's about exploring the art of conversation itself and uncovering what happens when personalities clash, charm, or simply refuse to play along. Step into the vibrant world of The Graham Norton Show, where every episode unfolds like an unscripted drama and spontaneity is the name of the game. The atmosphere is charged with humor, an undercurrent of unpredictability, and the subtle promise that something extraordinary is always just around the corner. Norton's approach is simple yet brilliant. He treats each guest as a unique chapter in a larger story, each with its own quirks and contradictions. As the camera rolls and the lights come up, you're not merely witnessing an interview. You're entering a space where laughter, tension, and heartfelt revelations intermingle in unexpected ways. The magic lies in the way Norton creates a setting where no one is quite sure what to expect, yet everyone is fully engaged in the unfolding narrative. In this world, not every guest fits the mold, and it's precisely that divergence from the norm that fuels the most memorable moments. There was a night in 2013 that forever redefined the boundaries of on-air unpredictability. Mark Wahlberg, known for his rugged charm and controlled charisma, turned the familiar comfort of Norton's sofa into a stage for raw, unfiltered energy. Arriving noticeably intoxicated, Wahlberg shattered the conventional script. His behavior was anything but subtle. He commandeered the conversation, interjecting with a boisterous fervor that left little room for his fellow guests to breathe. With each crude remark and every clumsy gesture, he rewrote the rules of engagement, plunging the episode into a state of controlled chaos. Norton, ever the consummate professional, navigated the turbulent waters with a blend of humor and restrained exasperation, trying to steer the dialogue back on course, even as Wahlberg's unrestrained antics threatened to derail the entire show. As the night unfolded, it became painfully clear that This was not just another celebrity appearance. It was a collision of expectations and reality, a moment that would be remembered as one of the most unconventional displays of celebrity behavior in recent memory. And just when you thought it couldn't get any wilder, the show reminded viewers that this was merely one chapter in a much larger story of unpredictable encounters. In stark contrast to the explosive energy of Wahlberg's performance, another guest managed to create discomfort through silence rather than spectacle. Enter Mickey Rourke, whose appearance on the show was marked by an almost artful minimalism. Unlike the high-octane chaos of a guest determined to dominate every second, Rourke's demeanor was subdued and disinterested. His responses were brief to the point of being non-committal, and his body language conveyed a deep-seated reluctance to engage with the spirited banter that defined Norton's show. Each question met with a monosyllabic answer. Each attempt at eliciting a humorous reaction met with an indifferent shrug. In the midst of an environment that thrived on lively exchanges and unexpected turns, Rourke's detached presence created an eerie void. Norton, ever resourceful, scrambled to revive the conversation, peppering the interaction with follow-up questions and clever remarks in a desperate bid to coax some energy out of his reserved guest. The tension was palpable, as the audience waited with bated breath for even a hint of enthusiasm that never came. This stark contrast between the raucous abandon of one guest and the silent resistance of another underscores the unpredictable nature of live interview, where every moment is a gamble between vibrant engagement and frustrating stagnation. Not all difficult interviews manifest through overt chaos or icy silence. Sometimes, the challenge lies in navigating the subtleties of reticence. Kevin Costner and Robert De Niro exemplify this nuanced category of reserved celebrity behavior, where every exchange is a delicate dance between expectation and disappointment. Costner's episode was a study in awkward restraint. His demeanor, though not overtly disruptive, carried an air of indifference that left Norton grasping for spark in the conversation. As the host unleashed his trademark wit, Costner's responses came in measured, flat tones that barely hinted at amusement. The dialogue felt like a series of missed opportunities, with each joke met by a pause too long and each intriguing anecdote falling into an echo of silence. Similarly, Robert De Niro's appearance was marked by an almost palpable reluctance to engage. De Niro, renowned for his iconic status and acting prowess, offered only minimal reactions. Nods, brief interjections, and a level of hesitation that contrasted sharply with Norton's energetic probing. In these moments, the art of conversation seemed to falter, as the usual back-and-forth rhythm was replaced by static pauses and a sense of disconnect. Yet, even in these challenging instances, Norton's ability to persevere shone through, as he carefully navigated the conversational gaps and strove to bridge the chasm between expectation and reality. These encounters remind us that sometimes the most significant challenge isn't contending with overt disruption, but with the quiet forces that slowly drain the energy from an otherwise vibrant dialogue. Every so often, the spectrum of guest behavior takes a darker turn, and no one embodies that challenge quite like Harvey Weinstein did during his controversial appearance. At a time when his power in Hollywood was still undisputed, Weinstein's interview on The Graham Norton Show revealed a side of him that was both domineering and unsettling. Far from engaging in the light-hearted repartee that defined the show's usual tone, Weinstein steered the conversation towards self-aggrandizement, relentlessly interrupting both Norton and his co-guests. His presence was marked by a palpable arrogance that clashed starkly with the playful ambience of the set. Even as the host attempted to guide the conversation back to more balanced and humorous territory, Weinstein's overbearing manner and unyielding need to highlight his own achievements created an atmosphere of discomfort. Norton's struggle to maintain the show's signature dynamic was evident in every strained smile and every carefully measured retort. This episode serves as a reminder that even the most celebrated platforms can be marred by the disruptive influence of a guest whose personal ambitions overpower the collective spirit of conversation. The lingering impact of that appearance continues to spark debates, leaving audiences to wonder how even the most polished hosts sometimes find themselves caught in the gravity of a singular, controversial personality. In a world where even the most unruly behavior can be managed with humor and quick thinking, there is a unique frustration that comes from total disengagement. Daryl Hannah's stint on the show was a masterclass in minimalism taken to an exasperating extreme. Unlike guests who disrupt with overt antics or charismatic flair, Hannah's performance was defined by an almost complete refusal to participate. Her one-word answers and prolonged silences turned what should have been an engaging dialogue into a series of painfully awkward exchanges. Norton, who is celebrated for his ability to keep the conversation flowing effortlessly, found himself at a loss as the usual spark of banter fizzled into a void of non-communication. Each question hung in the air, unanswered in any meaningful way, as if the guest had been transported to a different realm where the rules of conversation simply did not apply. The atmosphere on set grew heavy with an unspoken tension, a mixture of disbelief and frustration, while Norton struggled to coax even a hint of engagement from his increasingly inert guest. This episode, perhaps more than any other, underscored the critical role that participation plays in live interviews. It's a stark reminder that even in the most artfully crafted shows, the absence of genuine interaction can turn a promising encounter into an exercise in futility. Yet for every challenging interview, there are moments of pure brilliance. Instances where guests embrace the spirit of the show and elevate the conversation to unforgettable heights. Consider Tom Cruise, whose recurring appearances have become synonymous with infectious enthusiasm and a genuine willingness to dive into the playful chaos of the conversation. His energy is contagious, creating an atmosphere where every quip and laugh feels like a shared secret between friends. Then there's Lady Gaga, whose appearance was a masterclass in balancing superstar gravitas with a refreshing sense of humor and self-deprecation. Clad in an outfit as daring as her personality, she shattered the notion that global stardom must come with an air of unapproachability. Instead, she welcomed the spontaneous rhythm of the interview, weaving personal stories with witty retorts in a way that felt both intimate and exhilarating. Julia Roberts, too, has consistently graced the couch with an effortless warmth and charm that disarms even the most guarded of audiences. Her relaxed demeanor and genuine laughter remind us that sometimes the most compelling interviews are those where the guest allows their guard to fall away, revealing the human side behind the Hollywood veneer. In these moments, the show's inherent unpredictability transforms into a celebration of authentic connection, a testament to the fact that when the stars align, the conversation becomes more than just a scripted exchange. It becomes a shared experience that lingers long after the credits roll. Looking back at the kaleidoscope of moments, from the chaotic brilliance of Wahlberg's unfiltered energy to the exasperating silence of Hannah's disengagement, from the awkward stumbles of reserved celebrities to the commanding presence of a controversial figure like Weinstein, we are reminded that every guest, no matter how challenging, adds a unique brushstroke to the ever-evolving canvas of the Graham Norton Show. Each appearance, with its highs and lows, is a study in human behavior and the art of conversation. Norton's deft handling of these diverse interactions is a testament to his skill as an interviewer and storyteller, turning even the most challenging moments into compelling television. It raises an intriguing question. What is it that makes an interview truly engaging? Is it the unpredictability, the collision of contrasting personalities, or the rare flashes of genuine connection that break through the scripted veneer of celebrity culture? As you reflect on these moments, consider what you value most in an interview: the unvarnished truth of a live conversation, the spark of unexpected humor, or perhaps the shared vulnerability that comes when the facade finally drops. We invite you to join the conversation. Share your thoughts on which moments resonated most with you, and tell us which guest you believe best. Capture the unpredictable magic of live television. After all, in a world where every interview is a journey, it's the surprises along the way that keep us coming back for more. In the realm of celebrity interviews, the story is never as simple as a series of questions and answers. It's a vibrant tapestry woven from the threads of chaos, humor, tension, and unexpected warmth. Graham Norton's show exemplifies this dynamic, offering us a front-row seat to a performance where every guest plays a role in crafting a narrative that is as engaging as it is unpredictable. Whether it's the explosive energy of a wildly off-script moment or the silent resistance that speaks volumes, each encounter contributes to a larger, ever-changing story about what it means to be human in the spotlight. So, as you settle into your next viewing experience, ask yourself, what truly makes a conversation memorable? And more importantly, how do the imperfections and surprises of real life shape the stories we tell? Join the discussion below and let your voice add to the ever-evolving dialogue that is modern celebrity culture. From unpredictable outbursts to subtle, soul-searching pauses, every moment on The Graham Norton Show is a lesson in spontaneity, resilience, and the art of connection. The beauty lies in its unpredictability, where even the most challenging interviews reveal hidden truths about our icons, inviting us to see beyond the polished veneer of fame. As the laughter fades and the lights dim, we're left not just with memories of a show, but with a deeper understanding of the fragile, fascinating dance between vulnerability and performance. So, what do you think? Which moment would you replay over and over? And how do these encounters shape your view of celebrity culture? Your insights might just be the spark that ignites the next great conversation on what it really means to be in the spotlight.